Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Walmart exclusive Star Wars Black Series action figure of AHSOKA Tano from the Clone Wars. There was already a Rebels version of Ahsoka as a Black Series action figure, but I really like that we're getting a second Clone Wars one. Not just because it's Clone Wars, but because it's from the Siege of Mandalore storyline, and I really dig her look in that Clone Wars saga. Her outfit, like her sculpt, it's mostly new. There has been some repurposed elements, including her legs. These boots are not the boots she wears in the Clone Wars, certainly not that little kneecap section. They don't have the little bracketed things at the bottom there. These are the same legs that were used with the Rebels figure with just a new color scheme. And then her arms, the forearms, not the bicep part, that's new. The torso and the head and the forearms, her biceps, but are new. The forearms, though, the little gauntlet section here, the sculpt, the design is not the same design as in the Clone Wars, with just this simple gray thing going up the front. It doesn't have the little design on the side. Also, this was part of a gloved arm originally. The Rebels figure went all the way, the glove went all the way up to like the mid bicep. So this doesn't have like an edge, doesn't have like a stop to it the way it has in the Clone Wars. It just sort of blends in with her arm, and I think that looks kind of weird. It's a little disappointing. What's not disappointing is the rest of the figure. I think her skirt looks great. Mine's a little warped from being placed in the packaging weird, so there's a little bit of a bend there. But the actual silver separation, the design of like the little skirt, the design of like her torso, the wrinkling there, the silver paint here on the chest looks really good. Her montrals look good for the most part. A little bit of a nick in the paint there at the top. But her face paint, I think, is really solid. The eyes look great. The white lines look great. And I like that there's almost like a smirk to her mouth. That's really cool. That's a great face design. I really like this Ahsoka head a lot more than the original Rebels and more than the reissued Rebels from earlier in 2020. She comes with her two lightsabers with the long and short blade. The sculpt on the actual hilt is pretty good. I like the paint on it. And one of the little things I like is that the blade is not only removable, but that like the blade's actually sculpted to kind of come to a little point, and it meets that little notch in the hilt. So it actually fits in perfectly. Here's the figure with the hilts attached to the sides. I'm happy to report that even though the skirt is made of a soft rubbery material, the hilts plugged in rather easily, and moreover they stay attached to that soft rubber hole rather well. Despite the lack of a bicep swivel, an elbow swivel, or a double elbow joint, you can still get the figure into some pretty decent action poses. Like this. I think this looks pretty damn cool. Besides the arms, the rest of the articulation on this, like the double knee joints, the ankle joints, the mid-thigh swivel, the ball-jointed head, it's all pretty standard Black Series, and I think this pose looks really cool. Now, don't get me wrong, even though I'm not thrilled about the repurposed legs and forearms, the new elements to this figure look flippin' awesome. I think I prefer this one to the Rebels one, just because I think the outfit looks so good, the color scheme really works, and I love the expression and the paint job on her head. And honestly, I gotta say, I think Hasbro is doing the Lord's work by making not just new Clone Wars figures for us, but Clone Wars figures that are so specific to the series finale of the Clone Wars. As a fan of the Clone Wars, I love this whole series. Be sure to check out my other reviews of the other figures in this wave. I freaking love this Ahsoka figure. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to subscribe to my channel to be up to date with my latest reviews by clicking subscribe, and here's the links to my social media.